Good evening from a COVID-ridden Super League HQ. Despite the best intentions of Mother Nature and the Chinese bats, they have not found a global pandemic yet that can stop the juggernaut that is the Super League, and I'm refusing to let it happen on my watch. So, ill or not, I am here to bring you another show, and I am joined by my friend north of the border, my Iron Brew cousin, the boss of Haggis Hunters, the absolute legend in character that is Ian Campbell. Good evening, sir. How are you?
How you doing, Fife? That was some build up, that mate. You just set me up for fucking disaster, man. I'm on a bus, I'm public transport.
It doesn't matter whether you're on a bus, walking the streets of Edinburgh, at home, or on a Tinder date, mate. The content you will deliver, whether at 100% clarity or not, will be absolute golden, I am sure. We are where are we? A third, a quarter of the way through the season now. Game week 7. Um, you find yourselves, excuse me, you find yourselves handily positioned in 8th, literally outside or below the bottom line on goal difference. 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats. What have you made to your start of the season?
It's first, hello everybody. It's good to be back on. It's, as I say, it's a bit unplanned happened, so it's a bit chaotic. But I think your start's been probably. I think that's where you need to be, Fife. To be honest with you, just in that sort of. I know it's tight, but they're in the top 6. I mean, we've had some good results. The first game, keeper trouble, I would say. I'll go into I'll talk about the individual teams in a bit, but I think we've done okay. I think we took a fair bit of stick for the transfers and stuff. That what you're showing is obviously our worst result. But again, it was keepers. I think we seem to be scoring goals. I think we're average is probably what I would say about us, mate. Average. Fucking average.
I mean, I'm just looking at your results here. We've spoken with other co-commentators. You've got positive results against Devils. You also beat Halls. Draw with Burn. Draw with Churchtown. And the draw with Churchtown was away from home as well. So there are some decent results. There's only one game you failed to score in. So I think all in all, there's plenty there for you to build on. And the league is, we seem to say it every year nowadays, but the league is that tight that you're probably right. You're probably in about the right position to go on and kick on, really.
I never heard the word of that, Fife. This is Scottish bloody Wi-Fi for anyway. But as I say, I think we're in a no bad position, mate. With it's that time, as you say, it's early doors, but we've got a couple of wins. It looks okay, as I was saying. Average is probably our start. We're still in the mix. If we win tonight, which is going to be a good game.
Absolutely. Well,
you just don't know, mate. I'm just happy to be involved in the league, mate.
We are glad to have you involved, mate. There's been a couple of requests for teams to be on late, so I will do my best to facilitate where my memory will allow. So let's get straight on with the action before your signal breaks any further. And Locomotive Boston versus Churchtown is a perfectly good game to start off. No one's put in a request for a late game here. So Loco, after having a very difficult start, no win in the first 4, have won their last 2, find themselves now up to 9th in the table, Ian, and have started scoring goals as well. In fact, to be fair to them, they haven't not scored in any game so far this season, and they've started to shut up shop a little bit after conceding 8 in the first 3. It's 2 in the last 3.
It was glorious to start Graveyard. I was loving it. I think everybody was loving it. It's basically because he just knew he was going to fucking turn it around. I knew he was going to turn it, and he's a fucking nailed on top 6er, isn't he? He fucking knows what he's doing. Look at that formation, fucking wild. Montella, top goal scorer. I think he's going to be sniffing about the final, to be honest with you. Just got that fucking knack. His team's solid, you know what I mean? It's just
Well, he has kept the tsunami formation this time round. A couple of personnel changes, but like you say, Last time out was the win over Halls. Sol Campbell was sent off, we know, but it was quite an impressive away performance by Loco. Perhaps could have been a little bit more clinical in front of goal if you were looking for any criticism. Um, but I agree. Montella seems very much in form. He's already on, he's averaging 1 goal a game at the minute, which is all you can really ask for any striker, and is leading the scoring charts. So he's going to prove very difficult to stop, isn't he?
It really is, mate. There's not really any criticism you can fire at me. But see that start, a lot of teams would have just fucking flopped. I don't know if I could have came back. He didn't panic. He knew what he was doing, and he's dangerous. I really like that formation, by the way. I just no AMCs. I'm kind of being drawn to that now, and it seems to be okay. But it's just solid. Kaluzny, Petit, Makalele. No, maybe your fucking superstar names, but they're solid. Just that gritty, hard tackling. You know what I mean? He's just a good, solid fucking side.
No, absolutely. And Makalele is one of those personnel changes for this one specifically, in for his second game of the season. Someone I mentioned a couple of game weeks ago, and someone is starting, maybe not to turn his general Super League reputation round, but someone who Greaves's perhaps starting to prove a point with is Figo. He's been given a run. This will be his 6th appearance of the season. He has scored. He's got 2 assists already. He's not really done. I mean, his first year of this iteration with Gazelles, he obviously did quite well. But other than that, it's not been very impressive, and it's not been very impressive in the history of the Super League. But Greavesy again working his magic on an unfancied player.
He does. It's just that great. He's one that he'll end up coming up with big goals. Brought us fucking huge for him. He's a key fucking player for that team. Like I normally play him on the right. Greaves went to the left. It's just a solid side. He follows it with players like he fought with Klompy, but he knows he's for Klompy's solid. He's going to fucking. He's just got a solid, hard to beat side, and they go through Montella. I was trying to get Montella off him. It's just a fucking Seedorf as well. Isn't the one I would normally go for, but it seems to be getting them working now. So credit to the cunt.
No, absolutely. And you mentioned Klompe and Lawson there. I think it can't go underestimated when you look at the amount of games these two play together and their consistent ratings. When you look at you get your likes of your Nestas, your Cannavaros, your Hofflands, the big name players. These two are just going about their business, not getting the recognition, but doing it consistently, aren't they?
Well, this is turning into a Greavesy show that Fife. I think we should fucking move on. We're fucking blowing smoke up his arse on off the low, but
go on then.
He's fucking good. Let's go on, mate.
Let's move on to Churchtown, who keep the narrow formation that got so much praise in the comments last time out. There's a couple of, again, personnel changes and tactical tweaks involved. Away from home isn't necessarily Churchtown's forte, or that's the belief anyway, that's the myth. But this move to narrow, can you see it working for Churchtown?
The thing with Churchtown is that it's a solid team, but he's scored 3 goals all season. I think that's going to be his major fucking problem, scoring goals. Hussein's, he might be one of them, maybe Zizi Roberts and grab a couple of goals, but I think look up he's decent, like, but I've had sort of similar teams to that, solid and just lacking that, even a 10-goal striker up front. I mean, if you get that in the Super League, you're doing pretty well, in my opinion, in the Super League. So I think I like his team. Van Bommel's class. Riquelme is one I gave him Riquelme. He's just fucking done nothing. He's maybe in that Figo Zidane category. I love Davis. Tomasi, Petrov, that's a good fucking DM. Love Terry, and Viali's good. And can go. It's a solid side, but see if you had like a Montella, Shevchenko, that would be a fucking really solid side. But the players he's got there is suited to narrow, so we'll see. He's got his own stamp on it now, as Dim. So credit to the man.
And what I'm always interested in,
big man,
is very big man. What I'm always interested in is when people start to look at it and think teams need to make a move. Now, this is only game week 7, and this league is particularly tight, so I think that will be maybe a bit later than normal. but it's normally around game 7, 8, 9 people say that gaps will start to appear in the table. Do you see it staying this tight? And Churchtown, they don't need to panic yet. I mean, they're only 3 points outside the top 6 themselves, despite being second bottom.
No, he's not panicking yet. I mean, he's trying stuff out. I mean, I've been exactly in that position. He's only a win off with the mid-table, you know what I mean? So there's not to panic, but he needs to get somebody scoring goals for him. That's going to be fucking his Achilles heel if he doesn't get a goal. It's going to be a hard game, and I know you're going to ask me who you think's going to win. I think it'll be. I can't remember what I told Swan. Shout out to Swan, by the way. I think it's going to be a home win here.
You think it'll be a home win? Okay, well, let's kick off game 1 of the evening. You've predicted a home win. I will comment on any of the predictions as they come through in the chat, which, while I remember, I will change to live instead of top. And we kick off game number 1. Evening Dimble, who has joined just in time to watch his side in the opening game. Our first in, Loco 3, Church 0, he says. Church there with a decent chance, really should have scored. Tomasi getting a yellow card. Here come Loco now with a chance or two themselves. I'm seeing Figo and Zambrotta, the men we spoke about at the start. And it is Hussein who opens the scoring for the away side.
Fucking hell. Good game, man.
And the 2 predictions I've seen come through so far both said Churchtown 0, so they're both wrong. There's talk about Vrede in the chat. We've reached.
Sorry, mate. I was going to say I can't see the chat. I'm just wondering if I'm getting stinking.
No, don't worry, mate. I will let you know if there's anything in particular that you need to comment on.
Thank you very much.
We've reached half time. Scott predicted 0-0 and then has very quickly come back and said 0-1 as his prediction. And to be fair to these sides, they've created 9 attempts on goal between them in that first half. That's not necessarily something you would have predicted from these sides. Loco, again, just if you're looking for that bit of criticism, not ruthless enough in front of goal, despite having Montella. Churchtown only 2 on target, but converting one of them, and have the half-time lead. So let's have a look at the hosts and see how they are doing. It's not shocking ratings compared again with his 8. Kaluzhny, you mentioned Ian in the build-up as well as part of that wall. He's rating an 8 as well. All of the sort of more attacking players that they're getting their 7s more or less. Zambrotta perhaps not rating as highly as he would like. The one thing I do notice when you look at the likes of Seedorf and in particular Petit, who's very much a Loco player, not attempting a great deal of passes, which is a bit of a surprise considering they're right in the centre of the pitch there, and everything should be going through them.
Looking at that, I would say I know he gets criticism for being defensive, but that to me looks like a defensive team at home. He doesn't, even if he mixed up maybe like a couple of long arrows on the wing backs, something. He just, I don't know. That looks to me like he's just sitting in. That's got the quality, but Churchtown are just. I don't know if Churchtown are doing well. We'll go into them in a minute, but he's still in the game. You know he's still in the game, but I'd maybe a wee bit worried with the 3 going yellows as well. Maybe looking at it's not really got much. Maybe deny.
Especially with who the 3 yellows are.
Exactly. I can see a red here. Also, his bench isn't that great. I don't know if he's got making any subs.
No, he's literally, as you've said that, he's just come through in the chat and said keep as is, so he's confident this 11 can get them back in the team. So we have a look at Churchtown, just the 1 yellow card for them, again in a crucial area of the pitch. But similar kind of ratings, really. I mean, Sean Davis, player you mentioned, he's rating an 8 at half-time. Hussein, you said goals would be the problem. Could he be the answer? He's got a goal on his first start. Oliver Kahn, again, one of the standout players in this Churchtown team, continuing to impress. And Dimble also saying leave as is. So we will go straight into the second half, Ian, and see what that has to offer us. Nothing in the first 5 minutes is the answer, but Loco come forward with the first chance of the half. Failed to convert. We've already reached well over the hour mark. Just for fans of me slowing it down, let's do it with 19 minutes plus injury time to go. 15 now, not a lot happening, and Greavesy won't like to see.
Churchtown looking good.
They are.
Churchtown are looking pretty good here, aren't they?
horrible effort out by Rivaldo as we move into the last 10 minutes. And I was going to say, Greaves, you'll be very frustrated that there's good sort of 5, 6, 7-minute chunks of time going when nothing's happening, which will frustrate him when his side are at home trying to get back into this game. And offside 3 minutes are being added on. Here comes Riquelme, but Klompe gets in the way. Now Agahawa, Van Bommel, and Van Bommel gets a yellow card. And we're into injury time. And that is the full-time whistle, and it's finished Locomotive Boston 0, Churchtown 1. Now, I don't want to necessarily start any feuds between clubs or anything, but I don't think it'll come as a surprise to anybody that the currently muted Haggis manager did have a wry smile across his face when the full-time whistle went. He wasn't exactly not pleased but to see that full-time whistle. But as we click on the match stats there, Churchtown very much deserved it, Ian.
They absolutely did. That was Churchtown have just went to Loco and absolutely locoed them. That was like a Locomotive Boston win. That, what a performance.
And that's the exact comment that Duggan's just made in the chat. A very Loco victory for Churchtown, well in Dimble.
Absolutely, mate. That is a superb one. And Hussein getting the goal is massive. If he can get a wee run going, he's got Oliver Cannon goal. It's fucking outstanding. Klompy get man. It was just a great win, a hard fought win. Look at the ratings for Loco. I mean, he's not played poor. He's just maybe just that wee bit defensive. Look at that. That's a winning. See the ratings. That's a winning ratings, if you know what I mean.
It is. I was literally. That was going to be my question to you. If you didn't know the score and you saw these ratings, you would think that Loco had got a result.
Definitely, mate. That's weird, like, but maybe just one of the things for Greaves, as I say. But I don't know. He knows the game better than me. Maybe long arrows on his wing backs, something just to maybe a wee bit more attacking. But he can't complain with the ratings like that. Like it's fucking. Again, credit to Dimble, but I think Greaves will be too fussed. But it's a big win.
No, absolutely, and a quick word on Churchtown, if we can, whose ratings aren't even as high as Loco's, despite the victory. Stanic working hard, it would appear, and just keeping an eye there on Sean Davis, whose condition dropped as low as 63% by the end of the game. But a hard-fought team victory, it would appear, looking at these stats.
See that sort of win. I'm happier with that sort of win than a fucking tens on the place. Just an utter. He's been shithoused basically. It really has been totally shithoused. Riquelme did absolutely fuck all, nothing. It just doesn't seem to be doing it. But again, Tim's just not going to bother a fuck. It's a superb one. Oliver Kahn, Viala, absolutely outstanding. Well done.
And unsurprisingly, a lot of praise for Dimble in the comments there. Greaves, very complimentary to Dimble, very critical of his side. There will be no windmill for Mrs. Greaves tonight, unfortunately for her, but congratulations to Dimble. An interesting start that to the evening, and possibly the heavyweight tussle of the night comes next as the Devils entertain Northern Burn. And Ian, I'm very interested to know your thoughts on this game, starting with the visitors, who are without a man you know very well, Patrick Vieira.
This is the game I've been looking forward to. This is going to be an absolute battle, I think. The thing with what Ian done, he's been clever at. He knows that. Well, this is my opinion. Keane and Vieira, they're going to get fucking suspended every other game. So if you play one of them, you've got the other one as backup. I mean, having Keane and Vieira in that single DM role is fucking outstanding. His team is fucking. He's got the best starting 11 in the league, in my opinion. The best starting 11. Even Hoffland coming in for Samuel. It's still good. Robin should be doing more. Lizarazu it's a fucking outstanding team. He's going to be a laser up there. He's fucking unbeaten. He's getting a tune to Gustavo Lopez as well. He's a good player.
I was just going to say, just a little word on Gustavo Lopez, because he's not exactly the Galactico of this team. He's quite often the forgotten man, but 4 starts, 2 goals, 1 man of the match, and a 7.75 rating is very good for him.
Lovely ratings, mate. I mean, I would play him. I'd probably have him in there. I know he's got Robin there. It's two lefties. In Chicago, it's an amazing side. Like Lundberg in there. Big shout out to him. Contra's no one that I would normally fucking normally go for, but it's just a solid side, mate. I'm really looking forward to this game.
And this is one of those fixtures where we'll come on to Devils obviously in a moment, but we know very much what Devils are going to do. So, for example, Dyer, if fit, will be playing at the right wing back role. So Lizarazu is going to have a busy evening, but another player who's been very, very dependable during his time in the Super League.
Definitely, mate. He's kicking on a wee bit, but he's one of them. To me, he's probably better than Candela, but he's in that sort of Candela role. He just does a job there. Not I mean, there's nothing spectacular. He'll probably get you more assists than Candela, but he's just one of the reliable left DMLs. Not I mean, he's just he doesn't seem to blow teams away, and it's always like 2-0s, 1-0s, but he always seems to you saw them. Look at that, 14 shots on goal. That's a hammering, and it's only 2-0. Look at Gazelle's. Not I mean, he's fucking destroyed them, and he'll do that to a lot of teams this season.
And that's something that's something Ian himself has said, that he watches teams like Devils who can maybe have games where they have 6 attempts on goal, 5 on target, and win 4-0, and yet his team can go and do that and still only manage to score 2. It is something he has been looking at. Let's see the Devils themselves, still without Nesta, still without Mpenza. They go unchanged. Hodgie's big decision, he wasn't particularly happy with Soroczynski only being 92% fit, but given the nature of the task in hand, he'd rather play the 92% fit Soroczynski than 100% fit anyone else. Do you agree with that decision?
Absolutely, 90 is a cut off for me. Anything below 90 is a no go, but 90 I would play them like he'll probably only drop to he'll be fine unless he gets a fucking injury. Who was that guy at the bottom left? Or Soonwar, the striker for Northern Burnfife? I've never heard him and I've never seen him coming in the league. Could you click back? Is that possible? The guy who is that? The guy in the boat? Soonwar. Who is he?
So
I've never heard
Ian's out of league signing this year. Ian had a good look at about 7 or 8 players, and this is what he opted for.
I'm not liking him, Ian. I'm liking him. He's I don't think I've ever seen him, mate. To be honest with you, he's a home saver. Him
potential snip at 1.6 million as well.
It's a good one. Sorry, but back to the Devils. Sorry.
The big talking point in the last couple of game weeks for Devils has been the move of Emerson to attacking midfield, and although his average rating doesn't reflect so, 5 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists is very good at this early in the season, is it not?
He's a solid player. These are the 2 best teams in the league, personnel wise. I think it's these 2, and then probably Foolchester are the big boys in the league. Let's be honest. It's associated. Kesman, I've heard. Is it Penn's injured? Is he? Or is he no fitness?
Yeah,
I've seen something.
Penn's still injured. Yeah.
I mean, he's still got the team. He's going to get goals. If he's getting goals for Emerson and Neymar, Ferguson doing the business, his DML line is solid. I really like that. It's in a way similar to Locomotive with the line, but just more attacking with AMs. I'm really looking forward to this game, mate. And I'm getting off the bus soon as well.
Well, before you do get off the bus, sir, can I ask you for a match prediction for this heavyweight top of the league tussle?
This has got Desmond written all over it, mate.
This has got Desmond written all over it. Well, strap yourselves in, lads. This could be very, very fun. I hope this isn't an old school sort of Man U Chelsea game where we give it the massive build up and absolutely nothing happens for 45 minutes. Let's find out. Devils seem to start quite quickly, but Burner now on the attack themselves, and we've not even played 10 minutes yet. And there is Kesman. I believe that said his first goal for the Devils, gives the home side the lead. But Lopez getting involved, Byrne coming straight back at them, looking for an equaliser. Frey lets one go, but Byrne can't convert. Hoffman getting a yellow card. Byrne very much on the attack now, trying to get the equaliser, but perhaps leaving themselves open to a counter from Devils. Looking for a second goal themselves before half-time. Can Gesman get it, or Emerson perhaps? There's another yellow card dished out there by Rob Eby, and we reach half-time. And yes, Tato, Ian is on the bus talking about Champ Man. What an absolute legend. And well, we're just bringing up the stats, Ian. Devils are 1-0 up, having had one shot on goal and one shot on target. This is what we were alluding to earlier, that they don't necessarily need to create as much as other teams because they're just a lot more clinical.
That's a funny half, wasn't it? It was a really funny. It's every striker I've sort of questioned scored so far. At the start, everything. So I'm going to keep doing it. Apart from the Bostock cuts, but it's a good half. It seemed to me to be more Devils, but clearly it wasn't. It's still closer.
It looked very much to me like Devils started quicker, got their goal, and then Byrne just went on an absolute assault trying to get an equaliser. And it looked like Devils were creating on the counter, but evidently not converting that into chances. So there's plenty in there for Ian to think they'll get back into this. But let's have a look at while you appear to be getting off the bus. I'll just click onto the Devils stats. So Hodgie can see, because I have seen him in the chat. If he wants to make any halftime. Sorry, mate.
You were bigging up Emerson there, and he's on a
yes,
a poor 5. Yeah.
The minute we start highlighting how well he seems to be doing.
You really have everybody who've criticised his fucking score, and you've bigged them up and they've flopped.
And again, similar to what we said about Loco in the first game, I'm looking at the sort of central triangle, if you like, of Soroczynski, Ferguson, Van Bronckhorst, thinking that is an unreal low amount of passes for 3 players of that quality in 45 minutes. Everything, evidently, for the Devils must be going out wide. Dyer and Kuehl amassing almost more passes individually than those 3 that I previously mentioned combined. But Devils do have the lead. Hodgie is making a sub. Tonton is coming on for Emerson.
Interesting. I don't know. I know you were saying he's AMC, but personally, I would have the 2. I'd have Ferguson and Emerson in there. That's what I would go for. But,
it's been the question for 4 seasons now. How do you play the 2? Can you play the 2 together? How do you play the 2 together? Would you play the 2 together? It's a bit like the conversation that was had about Hulls last year when they had Van Nistelrooy and Crespo. Do you cash one in to get something else because you don't really need them both? But there is the
absolutely
sub. There is the sub for Hodgie. Let's have a look at Northern Byrne. Ian, I don't know if he'll be too. Other than the result, I don't think he'll be too upset, really, because they have played quite well. They've created a lot more than their hosts. Sigalko's had a lot of the ball. The shots have been from Lopez. Sigalko's had one himself. They just need to be that. It's odd to say with the likes of Sigalko up front, but they need to be more clinical, don't they?
Definitely. Keane has not done much, but he's on a yellow. That's a big boost. Chicago's getting the boys, just obviously no putting away, as you say. I wouldn't expect him to make a change. I'd expect him just to go, but an interesting half. If you can just get one chance, Chicago's going to score her.
Unsurprisingly, Ian is going as is. So we will restart with the Devils 1-0 up at half-time. And again, starting quite quickly, looking for a second. They've had a corner or 2. But failed to convert, and now Byrne playing their way back into it again. Lopez with another decent chance. We just passed the hour mark. I think that was off the post. And ways for a penalty, but not given. And this time it is given, and Sigalko's missed the penalty.
Oh, fucking hell.
It is all going wrong for Byrne.
Wow.
Despite their seeming dominance, they just cannot score past Frey. Yeah, unbelievable.
Mental, fucking hell.
Aymar to deliver a free kick, but Cannavaro heads clear. And we're into the 87th minute. Do Byrne have one last chance? Can Devils wrap it up? Can they see it out? And Kuehl, he's in an offside position, and they come forward 30 yards out, but Frey's not being beaten from there. The referee will not even allow the corner to be taken, and it finishes Devils 1, Northern Burn 0, and Sigalko missing the penalty on 72 minutes proves vital. Let's have a look at the penalty. Amar advanced with the ball, linesman had his flag up. Soroczynski went in late on Robin. So Burn were on the attack, Devils were on the counter-attack, and the linesman brought it back for an earlier foul. Soroczynski got a yellow card, and the penalty was in fact saved, and then Frey gathered the loose ball himself. So incredible work by the Devils goalkeeper there. But look at the dominance again by Burn. 13 attempts on goal away from home at the Devils. Devils only having 2 shots themselves, scoring one of them and seeing it out. It's an incredible rearguard action from the Devils, something that Hodgie has spoken about himself. But Ian must be scratching his head thinking, how is this team of superstars unable to score goals?
It's mental. This is me just getting off the bus fighting it. I can't actually believe it.
No
Two ticks, mate. 2 ticks.
No ways. I'm just having a look for. I'm just having a look through the chat. They're coming through thick and fast. Mega Horse, great game. Tato, that's mad. A couple of comments saying that's a champion. I don't think you can really argue with that. Let's have a look at the home side first. Montero picking up man of the match for his performance. 9 out of 10 rating. Look at those tackles from Montero. 13 attempted, 10 won, 7 key. Also winning 2 out of 3 headers. Sebastian Frey, his penalty save, also getting a 9 rating. Mentioned that everything seems to be going out wide. Dyer and Kuehl rating highly as well. Amar having a quieter game, but evidently Devils weren't really in the market for creating much tonight. They were just holding firm. And I think, knowing Hodgie for as long as we have, he will be delighted seeing those stats, yet his side have come out on top in such a crucial game. Are you safely off the bus, Ian, or do you want me to carry on as I am?
Sorry, mate. This is absolutely fucking wild. Like, I'm outside now. How's the audio?
Yeah, it's fine, mate. I can hear you absolutely clear as day.
Fucking hell, this is an experience and a half. Like, I was that arsehole on the bus, getting the cunt that speaks really loud, like on the phone. Honestly, I fucking hate fucking day, and I've just turned into him for about 45 minutes, whatever it is. What a fucking idiot! Apologies, everybody.
Do you know what I think I might do?
That is a champion. Sorry, Fifi.
No, I was just going to say what I might do is just click through the rest of this game week, mate, and just let you rant for the next half hour or so about people on the Edinburgh bus.
Oh, mate, the bus was busy, and I just sort of put my head down. Anyway, so I've got off and walked. Anyway, hi. What a game, Devils. I was expecting a goal fest, but really, it was fucking. I just didn't came up talking about Fife, honestly. Great win for Hodgie. It's actually a massive win. Does that take him above Burn now?
Yeah, that'll put them back top of the table now.
That's a wee statement. I know it's early. Ian's not going to panic, but that's a wee statement when he's fucking snuck it. This is the games and the kind of wins that you've got to fucking give. Dare I say it, a sort of championship sort of win, playing shite 1-0 champion. He's going to be delighted. Ian, he didn't play too badly. 12 on a 6. Maybe the concern.
Yeah, I
mean, but thanks to Shigalko missing hundreds of chances. He's had 2 on target.
Despite the amount of chances Burn created, it was mainly Gustavo Lopez. He had 6 with 4 on target. Sigalko himself, he only had 2 with 2 on target. But they can't keep creating all these chances, and you know, they're not going to keep coming up against goalkeepers that are going to keep saving all these chances as well. But a team as good as Burn, they have to convert more than they do. And I know that's the second or third time I've said this tonight, but I just don't understand how they're failing so badly in front of goal, because they're not really struggling defensively. I know they've conceded 1 out of 2 chances tonight, but they're against a ruthless Devils side who generally average scoring 1 every 2 chances. So that's not really a shock. it is a shock when you score none out of, whether you look at it at 13 attempted or 8 on target, when you've got the likes of Sigalko, Lopez, Robin, Totti even, who had 2 shots himself. And you can't blame it on the one guy, because the shots are shared around the squad. So it's something Ian really has to look at.
Dare I say it, I mean, I know he gets a wee bit stick for me, Shigalko FC, but in this instance, it kind of did prove to be that. I mean, Ian last season, Shigalko was fucking getting goals and pulling him at holes. Shigalko's had a wee bit of poor bit of form, and he's suffering. I mean, he's not playing appallingly. To me, it looked like Shigalko fucking missed like a few chances. He's missed the penalty. He's maybe just done a wee dip before, maybe even a game out. If he fancies doing that, give him a bench and see what happens. Because he needs to sort of kickstart. I know it's one fucking, he's first to take the season. I'm maybe getting a bit carried away, but Hodge's got to be delighted with that. He's, as I say, it's a good one. Ian's going to be disappointed. Maybe not worried, but anyway. How's Mordell, Fife?
Yeah, it's still absolutely clear, mate. Absolutely clear. Let's go, shall we, to Gazelles versus Dragons next.
Nice. Gazelles. I could actually have a wee rant about Gazelles. I love Duggan. Wait, how can I not see the graphics? Is there graphics in that? Because I can just see Champ. Is that?
Yeah, you can only see the Champ screen because of how we're talking. Everyone watching it can see all his beautiful graphics that he does for me.
Right. He's not done like a big dick with my face in it or something. He's not done any fucking stuff like that.
No, I did notice I did notice that on your little manager symbol on the first screen, instead of the Haggis badge, he did a Hibernian badge for you.
Oh, I would have preferred a penis, by the way. That's fucking sacrilege. Not good, Duggan. Not fucking good, mate. Not good. But I think he's put all his money on fucking Christian Vieri, and I've had Christian Vieri. I fucking absolutely love Christian Vieri. But he's got a fucking 6 in him, and he's got a fucking 10 to a 9 in a match winner. It's one of the players. I think you can rely on him fucking constantly. I think he struggled with me. Some star strikers in the Super League just didn't fucking perform. Shevchenko, for example. I know he's got 10 goals at Sloths. That's a good season. 11 goals. They're good seasons. That's good. I mean, it was at me, and he just didn't do it. You know yourself, Fife. He wasn't fucking great. I know he got a couple of goals here and there, but Tom Madeira, I think he's playing him at AMC last time. I think I've ever done that. That hole in the middle of the park kind of bothers me. But David Collins, I would have central AMC. Zelias is good. Ferdinand, his defence is brilliant. Bulgaris will lose him fucking games because he's that kind of keeper. He will do it, and he'll get a couple of 8s. He's sort of a Casillas, probably a wee bit better than Casillas. I think his signings have been questionable. It's his stamp. I just can't see them really pushing for the title. That's not been horrible. That it's just one of them. It's just my opinion. He's got his own stamp on it. He's Richie Wellens in it. I mean, I like that. He's fucking balls out, cock swinging. Medina's class. Well, he's got a good side.
Well, this is what I was going to ask you, because as much as you can't necessarily see them pushing for the title, and I know that there has been a few games where he's had significant injuries, particularly in attacking positions, but this squad. And I know we seem to say it about every team in that position, but this squad absolutely should not be 14th in the league, should they?
No, it's a top 6 challenging side. I felt a wee bit mean when I was saying that, but it's maybe no your Northern Burns, you know what I mean? In my opinion, but it's definitely a top 6 challenging side. I mean, he was there last season. He's had a poor start. He's brought in Vieri. If he gets going, and Tom Madeira, I mean, there is goals in them. It's just, I don't know. I just worry a wee bit. I don't know if he knows his set formation. But it's the same with every manager. If you get beat, if you get hammered, you're going to change it. And he got absolutely destroyed in that game, the Burn game, 2-0. It was a hammering, a 2-0 hammering. But I'm interested in this. It's going to be a good one. I love Duggan. Apart from that fucking Hibs thing, I'm not impressed with that.
Well, I'm sure when you get to watch it back to see the graphic, mate, you'll come up with something creative to get back at him for. Let's move on to Dragons, who themselves are up in 7th, a position that you might more expect to see Gazelles occupying. But they've had a decent turnaround in form, having lost the first 2, they then drew the next 2, and won the last 2. So does that suggest that they're on for a defeat now if they're working in 2s? We will soon find out. A slight change in tactic. The all-you-can-eat neck buffet is what's been served up for us tonight. They've gone 3 across the defensive line, and crucially Archie back supporting Patrick Kluivert.
That's to me. That's the space invader for kind of formation. Remember the thing that used to it Space Invaders? The thing along the bottom, and he shot the fucking things like that. So I've used to use this. It's a home saver kind of formation, the straight line down the middle. I can't remember if it's been used in Super League. I absolutely fucking hate ML and MR, as people probably know. I didn't like the formations. I know they can work in the Super League. I'm just not a fan. I would have moved Bouma and Emerson back. Archie back is fucking superb. Kluivert will get him goals. And this is a fucking another top 6 challenging squad. Better than Gazelles, I think, on paper individually.
Okay.
Maybe not the defence. I just like these. I like these players. I know they're capable, and I just think they've had a fucking huge carry on.
And I'm interested to ask you, if I can, a comment that Steve's just made in the chat. They have won their last 2 games and then changed their formation. Is that wise, in your opinion?
Personally, I don't think I would have done it. This is the kind of thing you do when, like, you've just done a wee defeat. There was 2 wins, I probably stuck. But he's away from home. He's tried to mix it up. So we'll see. This is a good game. This is a good game. Dragons are looking fucking reasonable. I love Gattuso as well, by the way. It's one of my favourite players in the game.
And your prediction, please, sir?
I will go for. I think I can't even remember what I fucking predicted to Swan. I will say a 2-1 Dragons win.
2-1
Sorry, Duggan.
Dragons win. Let's have a look to see if you are right then. And Dragons score early through Patrick Kluivert. Vieri missing a chance for an instant equaliser. It's already 1-0 as Ryan comments 0-0. Alf going 1-1. Couple of chances for both sides, it would appear, but neither converted. Still Dragons leading 1-0. As we approach half-time, there is the half-time whistle. That went very quickly. Not a great deal of chances created, even fewer on target from both sides, but crucially, Dragons have a 1-0 lead. And more problems for Gazelles, who, looking at those ratings, a lot of improvement is required. You've got Fulgaris there rating of 5, as is Davy Collins, who you mentioned. As
all the players I mentioned, mate. The big players. I mean, the Vulgaris getting a 5. I just said that. I mean, I've had the exact same problem, so I really feel for Duggan, but you've got to be taking him out the fucking side, man. I would sub him here. You know that. I would fucking sub the cunt, because that's fucking annoys me. It really annoys me. If Davy Collins, I think he needs to be central AMC with the arrow, forward runs and run with the ball, and that's it. Forward at set pieces and forward for defensive set pieces. Anyway, it's not working. He needs to have a look at it. I think the formation is definitely not working individually. You can't have everyone doing a 5 and 6s. You're going to get fucking done. Dragons have been okay. Gattuso is a fucking machine. I absolutely love him. David is good as well. I like him in the game. Everton as well, big favourite of mine. Kluivert, he's just doing the business. Gazelles, I'm worried with that, but Dragons are slowly going about the business. If they can win this, they're worth a fucking watch. And we need to watch Smuts.
Right, I just need to clarify Duggan's sub here, because he said Tomad for Vieri and then Vieri to AMC, so I'm guessing he means Gaitan or Collins is who Madeira's coming on for.
He's going to make a couple of subs here, absolutely. He's going to take He's going to. I would take the keeper off, mate. I don't. He's going to do 3 subs if he's allowed to. I would imagine. Is he, Fifey?
No, it is just the one. No, it's 2. It's 2 subs. So we got Collins off for Madeira.
He has to do a couple of subs, man. Fucking hell.
No, that's all right, Duggan. That's all right. Don't worry, mate. I spotted it straight away, so I was happy to let you correct it. So Vieri's dropping to AMC, Toe Madeira going up top, Collins going off. The second change, Udeze, who's on a yellow card, is coming off for Okoronkwo.
It's fucking. This is listen. This is the kind of thing I would do. This is like a fucking balls out desperado. Fucking just. That is exactly the thing I would have done. Would have choose the keeper as well. It's fucking. He's going to be frustrated. I don't know what the guys are saying in the chat. I would have liked to have fucking seen it, but he's going to be fucking frustrated.
If you're that interested, mate, I can tell you that the most interesting comments at the moment is Dan Megahorse commenting on the fact there was 12 throw-ins in that first half, and Mike Savage is very much appreciating the fact that you're walking a street in Scotland yelling sub the word that I won't repeat because my son's just on the stairs saying goodnight to me with a laughing face and fantastic. Evening Smuts. Smuts has joined the chat in time to make a sub. And he is doing Joe Cole coming on for Van der Vaart.
I mean, again, as I say, this is a home savey formation. If Dragons are just quietly going about their business, they're probably the most improved side, I would say. Smuts has done a reasonable job.
Smuts has asked me to take back the sub after I've just hit yes on confirmed it. Sorry, mate, I can't go back.
Oh, no. He'll score, mate. He'll score.
So Cole is now about to score or get sent off, one of the two. Let's kick off the second half and see which it's to be. It's an injury, and it's voluntary.
Fucking hell, man! Fuck's sake! This is a disaster, by the way. Fucking disaster, man.
George Boateng is the only outfield player available to come
on. Fucking hell, man! That's shit, man.
I'm guessing maybe Smertin's gonna go and play right wing, or perhaps he might. Maybe Gaetan will and Smertin will go and play attacking midfield next to Vieri so that Boateng can go into defensive midfield.
That's fucking brutal, man.
This is awkward.
It really is. This is a horrible game. This is the kind of game I would just want fucking over. It's only 1-0.
He's sticking Medina right wing so that Boateng can go back.
Is Zelius left-footed? Out of interest, Zelius. Boateng right-footed. Is he not going to swap them? That put Smerton on the left, Boateng right. Boateng right-footed.
No, he's being very clear that he wants Medina on the right, which is what I've done.
I think you should let me just do subs.
We were just making conversation until we got your conversation.
Let's just play the game, Fifey. Fuck them.
We just won't talk anymore. We resume the action. Still 1-0 to Dragons. More problems than anything for themselves at the minute.
Have we been on for ages, Fifey? Talking utter shite. Is this a long broadcast? It feels like it is.
Not at all, mate.
No, is it not?
Don't you worry. Don't you worry at all, mate. You carry on. Everyone's enjoying your comments.
I'm walking to fucking Swindon. I had to go off that bus, mate. The bus was packed, and I'm fucking talking about fucking Champ, man. Fucking unreal, man.
Gazelles have equalised in the 83rd minute. It's the first of the season for
Alexis man. Yes, fucking yes. 85. Go on. Fucking see if he nicks it. Fucking honestly, if he nicks this.
Absolutely. Oh,
come on.
The crowd in Edinburgh were very happy with that goal, it seems. Free kick given to Dragons.
Massive. Fucking hell.
And the game finishes with a score.
Well done. Fucking what a draw. See that? What a fucking draw that is. I serious, I'd be delighted at that point if I was Duggan. Absolutely delighted. They were fucking honking. They was set up for a fucking defeat. That's an absolute fantastic draw, mate. Great point. Dragons were decent, but what a second half. Look at that, man. Fucking hell.
A much
well done,
improved
Duggan.
Second half.
Absolutely. Well done, Duggan, mate. Good point. Unlucky smoke.
Right, Ryan's just come through on the chat saying Campbell's going to kick off with himself in a minute. and Dimble commenting, honk your horns for smirting.
Did you hear that? Did you hear the car?
Oh yeah, that came through very clearly and aptly timed.
Probably going to get run over. I'm in the middle of the road.
You're in the middle of the road?
I'm not joking. It wasn't.
So let's have a look. No, Alf, the Gazelles keeper didn't get a 7 or an 8. He got the 6 that Ian pretty much suggested was the best he was going to get. All 3 subs came on and made reasonable impact. As we said, it was a much better second half and a deserved result really for Gazelles. They certainly earned themselves a draw out of it. And I'm just looking at it now. Maybe none of the big name players in the squad really let them down. They all kind of did their job to a reasonable level. I think Duggan will be fairly pleased, won't he?
He'll be delighted. I mean, I know Smerton's his man. Smerton's fucking had a good game. I think he's only got a 7 because he got the yellow card, but that's a fucking... Basically, he's dragged on through the second half, I think. It's been a good second half. Totally fucking whatever's happened. The subs, can give credit to the subs, totally turned it around. The rest of the point, and that was a lost cause at half time. Bulgaris has to be fucking considered getting dropped. I know Brad Douglas isn't great, but Boomer getting a 6 as well, mate. I think if you dropped him back to DML with a long arrow, I would give that a bash personally. But aye, it's...
Well, just while you get a chance to reflect on what you can see here with the Dragon stats, Ian, it's worth pointing out you're conscious of your audio. Steve's just come through on the chat saying, honestly, greatest respect meant for you, but you sound clearer now than you do on your home Wi-Fi, Ian.
Fuck's sake. It's fucking as dear fucking fibre optic shit I got in. It's fucking brutal, man.
You mentioned you made a point of mentioning Gattuso before the game. 20 tackles attempted. Only 10-1 isn't exactly ideal, but he did attempt a lot of tackles, as you'd expect Gattuso to do so, and the fact that he only hit 50% of them probably explains why he got the yellow card. You mentioned Baumer only getting 6. Smuts was very quick to say it was Joe Cole's fault. Yes, he didn't come on and really have any sort of impact by comparison to the Gazelle subs. And Archie Back was another man that was mentioned. Fairly reasonable game. He won a lot of tackles, to be fair to him. So he was clearly working on the press from his position, but not really getting on the end of a lot of shots. Only 1, but did get the 1 on target.
I think Smuts made the point about the subs. The subs that Gazelles made, they totally improved in the second half. They just dragged it out, as I say. But Dragons, that's reasonable fucking ratings. Cliver getting a goal, which is nice to see. Gattuso, I love him in the game. I would trust him in the same fucking ilk as Jeremy's, even a Vieira. He's capable of playing that DM role on his own. I would have him in a 2 personally, but it's a decent point. Smuts will be disappointed, as he said. The sub did fucking done nothing, and Gazelle subs fucking saved him a point.
Well, I'm pleased to say that I've seen both Tato and Jens in the chat now, so delaying any of their games is no longer required. So it's only yours being last is the only one that I need to remember. So let's see where we're going next. Obviously, yours would be the next one that comes up. So let's go to Halls. And their very tasty looking game against Ledisford, 11th versus 12th. Both sides currently sitting on 6 points. Both sides perhaps expected to be doing better than they are currently. Hall's last time out had a defeat to Loco. We know that the board weren't happy, the fans weren't happy, and there's a fair bit of pressure on Jens at the moment. Let's see what what Jens has come up with for Halls this time. And it's a very familiar looking formation. But interestingly, Crespo dropped to the bench. Hersey and Gerrard supporting Viduka with Liverani just in behind them. What do you make to this 11, Ian? Sorry, mate, you've muted yourself.
Apologies, mate. Apologies.
That's all right.
So unprofessional.
No, not at all.
As I was saying, I've seen stronger Hull sides. I know he's getting a bit stick. He's bored on that. And every squad, and you look at that, you go, it's a good squad, but the league is fucking hard. Yes. And folk didn't realise that it's fucking difficult. I mean, folk look at it and you get hammered and say, oh, we do this and we do that. Everybody knows what they're fucking doing. It's just because it's difficult against other humans. And I think Jens, he's got a good squad, but so is everybody else. He's just, Hersey, I know in home says he's good. Gerrard, I didn't fancy at all. Viduka will score goals. His DMs, Milevski, Vogel, good. Liverani centre mid isn't for me. Again, it's going to be a tight game. He's got a good keeper, which is a fucking big bonus. He's Steven Gerrard. I would have Steven Gerrard on centre mid. I know he's not been doing it, but I would have Steven Gerrard in centre mid with a wee arrow to AMC. Ricardinho even play the two of them. Ricardinho left centre mid and Gerrard right centre mid. I don't know if he has done that, but that's what I would automatically look at. I'd probably get Hersey at the side. I know he's all right. Just wee tweaks. It's just personal fucking things, eh? And I know he knows what he's fucking doing, but I'm just slavering now.
And Jens very quick to point out after just perhaps putting a little bit of pressure on Gazelles by saying you had a full squad available tonight. Good second half, deserved a point, but maybe suggesting that Gazelles should have been going for a bit more. He's then very quickly pointed out that they're missing two key players tonight. Campbell suspended and Brozek injured.
It is. I would have to. I know Crespo's not done great. Anybody, he can play AMC for me. I know Jens has had fucking a lot of hassle with players just not performing. As I was just saying, the league's hard and you're looking on the outside and you think, do this, do that. I know Jens has tried stuff. He's got a good side. I think he just needs a bit of fucking luck, to be honest with you. That's all it is just a bit luck. You can get in a bit of lull. I mean, that left gave Tato a shot. You can get into that wee bit of a rut. You just fucking... You don't know. Nobody likes losing, Fifey, let's face it.
No,
Wow. Fucking wow.
So, Leddersford, well, we're talking about teams who suffer with injuries. Leddersford has certainly been one of them. They always seem to have 2 or 3 players missing. And your reaction is to this new formation that's called Leddersford Shots and Throw-ins. He doesn't care really, I don't think, Dan, if they particularly win or even score. He just wants to see them shoot and get some throw-ins, mainly because last time out, if you remember, they got what looked at a fairly routine 2-0 defeat to Leddersford, but they created absolutely nothing, including not even getting a throw-in.
That's just a freak result. It's horrible, isn't it? I mean, he's shaping his side now. Foolchester's one of these sides. I mean, Nicky Butt is fucking one of the best DMs in the league. He's up there with Vieira in that, in my opinion, easily. This formation is fucking wild. He's either going to fucking blitz them or he's going to get fucking beat fucking 2-0. He's went with the 3 up top. I don't know if I've ever seen this formation before in the Super League, so I fucking absolutely love new sort of fucking wild things like this. I hope it works, to be honest with you. I hope it works. He's got big balls for trying it.
Before I move over to kickoff, Ian, just a couple of things to point out. Ambrosini making his first appearance of the season in that holding midfield role. Talon Martin getting a place on the bench because that amount of strikers are being named that even he makes the squad. And Maka pointing out in the chat, freak ? Based on your comments about it being a freak result. I think you were more commenting on Leddersford's performance, to be fair, but he's taking it very seriously. He's put freak ? Fucking goats, lad.
No, it wasn't saying it was. I mean, you know to have a shot on target. That's it's not even a criticism of Foolchester. I don't know why. Is he taking it as me criticising Foolchester?
I think he's well, no, I think he
Is
knows
that
exactly what you mean, but what he's doing
Aye.
for banter's sake is he's taking it that you've called it a freak result that they beat Leddersford.
No. It was a freak. A freak event not to have a single shot on target the whole match. It wasn't even nothing to do with Foolchester. It was more Leddersford had a freak match and didn't get a shot on target. It wasn't even fucking nothing to do with Leddersford. Shut up,
I
Maka.
ask you to make your prediction, Ian, you're on about not strictly the most professional, but I'm just going to hobble and get some water while you make your prediction.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, I'll give you a wee song. I'm walking down Leith Walk. What am I going to go for? I find wee lass, a bonny wee Jeannie McCall. I gave my mother's and gave her ring and a bonny wee tartan shawl. I met her at the warden in the cooperative hall. I was the best man and she was the belle of all. The very first night I met her, she was awfully shy. The rain came pouring down and she was happy, so was I. For she's a fine wee lass, a bonny wee Jeannie McCall. I gave my mother's and gave my ring and a bonny wee tartan shawl. I sung that primary school. Thank you very much.
That was beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks,
and Maka is asking you. Oh, you haven't seen this, so there is discussion of quite a few of the Super League managers perhaps meeting up next weekend. I missed where the venue was. It was either Leeds or Manchester. But Maka's asking you to please check the trains. He would love you to come down for it.
I'd love the guys know I would love a fucking meet up. I was wanting to meet them at Edinburgh, but I've ended up getting my wee boy full time. So it's fucking it's turned everything upside down really. Anyway, it's wild, but no, definitely meet up, lads. 100% we need to get a meet up.
As I'm about to hit kickoff, just on your singing there, Mike Savage says it was fan-fucking-tastic. Tato says quality. Ian Edwards saying standing ovation. Macca's saying that his wife sings that. And Duggan wants to know what was your favourite hymn at school?
My favourite, I'm trying to think. We had fucking, what did we have? Oh, come, oh, ye faithful, joyful, all that, Johnny Ken, all that shit. Did you still go that piss? What else did we sing? I genuinely can't remember. It was a long time ago.
But it's been disallowed.
I'm not even looking at the fucking game. Fuck's sake, man. Sorry, fucking hell. Jeez.
Do you know what? We missed an opportunity, really, when you were getting so Larry on the bus for you to sing "You Canny Shove Your Granny Off a Bus," to be fair.
Oh, for fuck's sake, it's that. I might as well have, mate. It's fucking what I'm embarrassed.
Eric
no.
Has been sent off just after the half-hour mark.
Surely one of the strikers goes back and he brings on Wes Brown, I would imagine. Aye, Husty, doesn't he?
So. You'd imagine so. But then again, that we did speak in this season of red cards. We have spoke about the amount of managers happy to risk going one at the back. Halls are only playing one up top.
I'd take Inzaghi off. Inzaghi for Wes Brown. That's what I would do.
Dan's reaction to the red card is just shoot. Just waiting for confirmation. Mike Savage was a bit
Must
more
be Inzaghi.
Expected reaction with oh shit. Ryan's asked a very sensible question. Why was Brown not starting? I've wondered why Wes Brown doesn't start for this Leddersford team every time I've put the team together. I don't understand it. Brown and Kivu played with each other 10, 11 times for Devils, I think. Right, superb. Right, Constantinou off and Brown on, please, is what we're going for. So Inzaghi stays on, and it's Constantinou that comes off.
Interesting.
I was just going to
say. Sorry, mate.
No, I was just going to say the same as you. I'm interested in that because Constantinou is normally quite reliable for Leddersford. He's already got 2 goals this year. He scored 5 for them last year as well. I'm surprised that he's the one that's been made way.
Definitely. I was just going to comment on Eric Addo. I had him at Bruce Midlothian, and I was playing him at DML at left back, and he can play anywhere. He's fucking. I like him, so I know why Dan's playing him. I would personally play him in defensive midfield, DMLC, just in the left side. But that's a personal preference. I think he just wants a shot on goal here, isn't it?
Well, we rejoin the action. Halls have had a goal disallowed. Leddersford have had a man sent off. And Viduka, on the stroke of half-time, opens the scoring for the away side.
Fucking hell. Good time to score.
Pivotal game for both sides. And Halls probably deserve their lead. Leddersford have a very uphill task having a man less now. They have had some shots. They've had a couple of throw-ins as well. So far, with the exception of the result, so far so good for Leddersford, I suppose, if that was the intention. Let's have a look at their stats. Kivu playing in a wide position, perhaps not where most would play him, but he's certainly getting involved. He's done a few tackles out there. Just having a look at the chat at the same time because I saw Dan came straight in. I thought it was a sub.
I think we can safely say we're not going to see this formation again. It's just individuals. If you're getting individuals in sixes, it's just not fucking happening. I know he's just trying fucking something wild, but I think he's just got to go back to basics, really. And I think he will, because he knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah, and having Mike Savage on board as well, they both love all. I mean, the reason this year that I'm clicking onto this second page of stats more is mainly because Leddersford asked me to, so I'm doing it for every team. So there's no unfair advantages to any one team, but they specifically like seeing this second page of stats. And it's like I was saying to Tato when he was on the other game week. There's a lot more managers and now that everyone seems to be bringing on assistants, there's a lot more studying of the stats and crunching of numbers gets involved than to the days of you just pick a team. I'm
afraid I'm in the ilk of
you're old school.
I'm just fucking Steve Evans or something, just a fucking waster, fucking absolutely fucking pot luck, fucking. No, I didn't have to say I didn't look at the first page. I look at. But no, it's great to do that. I mean, even looking at the mental attributes and stuff, it's going to help you, I would imagine. It's just not something I fucking do.
Two interesting points here. One, fucking hate Steve Evans, and two, Talon Martin is coming on for Filippo Inzaghi. Only in the champ world could you see a substitution like that. Let's have.
So I'm just walking down the road and there's somebody else on a video call on the other side of the road. I don't know if you can show it, then I'll show you, mate. Fucking, it looks like he's pissed or something. He's a wee bit, sorry, it's just sort of funny.
It's absolutely fine, mate.
I don't know if you can maybe hear him. It's fucking fantastic. Who's are doing well here? Solid. I think Dan maybe fucking that formation. I know he was at home. It was brave. It could have worked. It still might work. Let's face it. It still might work. But again, Costanzo, he's up there with the best keepers in the league for me. He's a wee bit. I know he can get a 6 now and again, but not as often as some. Him and Khan are fucking solid. I think Hulls will go on to win this. I think, but we'll wait and see. Hopefully, a good second half.
Just waiting on confirmation from Jens. He's happy to go as is. Everyone's there. It is. It's 5 for you. What? I have no idea.
I would hook Gerrard for Crespo. That's what I would do there for the Souls. Crespo come on for fucking Gerrard, but anyway.
Jens is sticking as is, so we kick off the second half and see what happens. And a lot of time flew by with nothing happening, but Liverani on 69 minutes has doubled the lead, and Candea makes it 3-0.
It's that fucking formation, man. He's basically done what Hodgie done against me. It's like a kind of a formation. It's, you know what I mean? It's like a...
And it's 4.
This is exactly the same. You'll never see this formation for Dan again. This was always going to happen. He was either going to fucking be amazing or get absolutely hammered, and then he's got hammered, unfortunately. Good win for Jens, fucking amazing win for Jens. Clean sheet,
and
fucking dominated.
A critical win for Jens, given the pressure he'd been put under.
That's one of the best fucking Hulk's performances I've seen, to be honest with you. Absolutely fucking destroyed them. The formation did not help Dan. I did say at the start it was fucking risky. And Hulls have taken advantage. Fair play to him. Again, Dan's going to go back to basics. He's capable of coming back. He's 2 shots on target. Might be a wee bit of worry for him again. But it's a great win for Hulls. It's fucking Jens' day, and he was under pressure, as you say, so a superb win for Jens. Well done.
So just having a quick look for you, mate, in the chat. Mega Horse just saying horrible, well played, Jens. Rob Sloth saying statement victory. Tato saying he's going to assume it's a poor keeping performance. Jens saying, sorry, Dan, you tried something crazy. Interesting to see if his board talks now and refer to them as pussies. To be fair, considering he's conceded 4, Toby's still rated a 7. I've seen keepers rated lower for conceding less than that. So not bad by his standards at all. There's a couple of decent performances. Let's give a notable mention to Ambrosini, who has been very much the forgotten man of this team, but he's one of the few players to come out with a little bit of credit. Ryan continues to hammer pressure on anyone who gets a negative defeat. As Alf also deciding to throw one in as well, pointing out that they've had 2 shots in 180 minutes. You mentioned in your review there, Dan and Mike, that they're not going to panic as such, and they're very studious, and you're very confident that they will turn it round sooner rather than later. However, there will be concerns, won't there?
I think so. He's wanting to try and score goals or even have shots on target. I think Van Nistelrooy's a funny one. He seems to fucking jinx every fucking... Could you click on Van Nistelrooy, Faith? Just have a wee look at his record in the Super League. He's a big fucking name. His stats are fucking superb. 12 goals is his best season. That's a decent season in the Super League. As I say, 10 goals in the Super League is okay. That's a fucking half decent striker, because my top goal scorer last season was Shevchenko with 7 goals. That was my top goal scorer last season, and this season Sa has got 4. So if you can get even just one of your fucking strikers going, I don't think it'll personally be him. I think he's going to have to try. And he's obviously thinking about Talon Martin, just that wee spark up front. But as I say, that formation done it. It's just not got to be worried. He was just trying something different. He's moving on. I think he's just writing that off. I would imagine.
The man that Ryan questioned why he wasn't in the starting 11 anyway, Wes Brown, came off the bench to rate an 8. His first appearance of the season. He's had very limited game time over the last couple of years at Leddersford. Could we now potentially see him get a run of games and maybe partner Kivu in the centre of defence and see it tighten up again?
Absolutely. Him on the right. Kivu getting a 5 is fucking... That's no good.
He got a 7. He got a 7.
Did Kivu, who was about the 5? I don't get sorry, I apologise. But Kivu, and for me, Kivu and Brown, as I say, I know Aaron can play there, but I've always just played him DMLC or even left back. Remember at Midlothian, I played him left back, and he was fucking immense. I know it's maybe just a one save wonder, but he's left side. It makes sense. I don't know. The guys can probably look at the fucking position and numbers, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but he does look well in DM. Dan will know that. He's tried something fucking fancy and it's no work. That's basically it.
Well, let's have advantage. Let's have a word on Halls. As we said, crucial win for them, both in terms of morale, in terms of league position, in terms of form, in terms of the pressure that was being applied to Jens. We can talk about the Leddersford formation all you like, but at the end of the day, Halls went out, they did a job, and just look at these ratings. And crucially, I think for Jens, the goals have been shared around as well, so that there's been creation all over the park. People have stood up to the challenge and stuck by their manager, really.
Absolutely. I know I was criticising the Weathersford performance, but I didn't fancy the team at the start of the game. I'll admit that, but he's just went out fucking taking advantage of it. He was under pressure, obviously, but what a fucking response. Candela got 10 on the goal. I love that, obviously. I've had Candela. It's just a quality performance. I've never been one for Baldini. Not really one I've had a little experience with. But it's just a great result, a really fucking much needed result. It's that close, but as I say, well done, Jens. You're probably the best performance I've seen Hull's in his time in the Super League. Dominant. I mean, the second half, he blew them away. It's just well done, Jens. Solid. And as I say, Crespo didn't even play, and he won 4-0. So that just shows you he has got the quality. So a great one. Superb.
Absolutely. And that brings us on to Dudley Hill versus Spa Tax Sloths. Now, this game could be very good because these two between them have scored 21 goals this season in their first 6 games. Let's have a look at the away side, who stick with their 3 up top. From what I recall, there was 2 changes. D'Alessandro comes into midfield. He replaced Simeone from memory, and I believe it was Pizarro. Yeah, Pizarro replaced Kavanaghi up front as well. Albertini was the slightly lower fitness at 91, but Rob was happy to go. Last time out, they got the draw at home with Devils, and it was a deserved draw, even though they left it very late to get it. What's your thoughts on this Sloths team?
This is going to sound fucking nonsensical. I love Rob, but I just hate that team. I hate them in a nice way. I don't know if I can't describe it. They're just I don't know. They beat me last time out. They're fucking Baba Yarrow at left back. It's a good side. Then he's 3 up. He's just balls out, fucking gone for it, isn't he, man? Torres is good for a goal. Raul, I was fucking trying to get for a fair fucking time the pre-season. I was at fucking at Duggan, but he'd obviously done a deal with Vieri, which is probably better than what I was offering him. But there's always their inconsistencies. Rob's fucking problem. I just fucking hate them. I like you, Rob, but I fucking hate that side.
Let's have a look at what Dudley Hill have got then. It doesn't need to really be said again, but you know, while it's going well, let's continue to pile the praise on Dudley. They've as we've said, they've had a lot of stick over the last couple of seasons, so it's nice to see them doing well. Luca Toni continues to lead the line. Just having a look, I can't remember. Oh, they did make a change because Oliveira's come in from last time out, and Guerrero's moved down into centre midfield. Zanoni dropping to the bench. Luca Toni continues to lead the line. He's got 5 in 6. Del Piero just switches sides. He continues to be a main creative output for them. What have you made to Dudley Hill start of the campaign? Sorry, mate. There's a clicking noise coming through. No, it's still there. Yeah, you're not coming through clearly at all. There's a weird clicking noise.
Still?
The noise is there, but you're a little bit clearer.
Right,
To be fair, mate, I know you would really love to say something nice about Dudley here, but we can't hear a word you're saying. No, mate, I'd stop it because we really can hear. I mean, Tato's criticising the coughing and the clicking. So if I can have a drink and you just mute your audio for a minute, and we'll just go straight to kick off while we try and fix it. Ryan's asking if you're under attack. I do apologise for the coughing, Tato. I did avoid COVID for 2 years, but it did finally catch me. And to be fair, it's probably not COVID that's causing the cough because it's not continuous. I've probably just got something in my throat. Jens is latest to ask who's invading Scotland. So while I hit kick off and try and fix Ian's audio, let's have some predictions in the chat, please, as the first 10 minutes goes by with not much happening. Verbal, yes, very funny, Ryan. Dudley take the lead just before the half hour with Del Piero scoring his first of the season, and Oliveira scores his first just after the half hour to double their lead. Can they get a third before half time? No is the answer to that. Tato's saying Tony will score 100%, but we have reached half time. Dudley Hill 2-0 up. Both sides creating. Dudley just converting is the difference. Let's have a look at the home team's stats first. And a very impressive first half performance by Rustico and by Del Piero, both already rating at 9s. Del Piero, obviously, as we know, scoring the opening goal of the game. I know Steve put a comment in the chat that he was slightly concerned, having seen the Sloths team and how many that his team do tend to concede at home. Excuse me. But I think Steve will be quite pleased with that. I'm just having a quick look through some of these figures, and you can see why Rustico. I mean, look at that. 100% of his passes are completed. He's won 6 out of 9 tackles, 4 of which were key. He's won 50% of his headers as well. Tato mentioned Luca Toni definitely going to score. He's only had 1 chance so far, and he goes as is. Let's have a look at Sloths. Rob was around earlier. I don't know when I last saw him in the chat. Oh no, it wasn't that long ago, to be fair, so I'm sure he is still around. Albertini, we mentioned, he was a slight fitness concern. It's not dropped that much, but it may have played towards him rating a 5. Materazzi rating lowly, which is unlike him as well. And just very low ratings throughout the squad. It's not a typical Sloths performance, this, by any stretch. Very, very quick. Thank you, Rob. I will make that change for you straight away. Simeone coming on at half-time for Albertini. And Shearer also coming on for the man who scored the dramatic late equaliser last time out. So 2 changes there for Sloths as they look to find a way back into this game. Let's kick off the second half. An early goal for Sloths will make this very interesting. And they have got it, and it's Pizarro on 48 minutes who now narrows the gap between the sides. Dudley looking to re-establish the lead. Failing with a chance or 2 there. And we'll slow it down. And sorry, Rob, a third change come through well after I kicked off the second half. Going into 4 minutes of injury time. Looks like Ian's made it back to his home. And Raul, the keeper saved it, spills it. But they can't convert. And Raul again, well held by the goalkeeper this time. Do they have one last chance in them, Sloths? You'd never rule them out at this point. But it's, in fact, Dudley on the attack going into injury time. Raul misses the target again. And there is the full-time whistle. And Dudley Hill do get the victory 2-1 in. While we said that there could be goals, both sides created chances. And just unfortunately for Sloths, not at their... someone help Tato with his percentages. And another win for Dudley. Sloths, unfortunately for them, not at their best. And Ian, are you back with us?
I think so, mate. I think my headphones are going to run out of battery, so I'm going to put other ones in. Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Do you want a quick reaction to this result before you change your headphones over?
Shit, what have I done now? Fuck, I pushed that. Well, pushed the button, mate. What the fuck have I done?
I don't know, mate. Your audio, your camera, everything's perfectly clear my end.
Oh, what? Oh no, fucking I'm away. I'm like, fucking hell. Sorry, mate. I'm not me.
That's absolutely
I've totally lost the fucking. This is fantastic. Sorry, boys. What the fuck. Me and sorry too. I've got me and you on the screen, Fifey. How the fuck did I get rid of that?
Right, hang on. Let me.
How did I get to? But I was just like, see me. I can just see me and you.
Okay, that's fine.
I think I've pushed share or something.
Can you see it again now?
Do you see what? I don't know what. No, there's two. I see it now. Okay, hell. I was saying, I think I've been a wee bit overcritical of Dudley Hill. They done me first game of the season, and it was my keeper was shit. I felt he didn't like getting beat. But I wasn't convinced with Dudley. I still thought they were a bit weak, if I'm being honest. But the last game away to Bostock Stanley probably changed my mind, and I think he's fucking got them playing there.
Wow.
You can't criticise that. Oliveira getting an 8, Dale Pierre getting 9. Tony will score, as Ryan mentioned earlier. He's up there. I mean, Rustico doing well. That's a fucking good win. Maldini, I was trying to get Maldini off Dan, but I forgot about it. And Steve's obviously went in. A fantastic win, and I think we've got to start taking Steve seriously. I know I was saying about most improved manager and stuff, but I think when we look at the league table at the end of the night, there is going to actually be only one most improved team, and that is Dudley. Aye, fantastic.
And I did notice
well
the
done,
earlier
Steve.
comment from Ian Edwards saying Dudley the real deal for sure. Would you tend to agree? Seeing results like this keep coming through a bit more consistently now?
I definitely would, mate. It was as I say, it was Dudley are a good side, and he's went there and won, and he's backed up with a great win against Sloths. I think, as I was saying, you've got to take them seriously. Absolutely, mate. It's fucking fantastic having a look at Sloths. Keeper problems, maybe. Keeper's not a great game. Albertini, I fucking don't like him. There's a lot of players I just didn't like in the team. That's what I was saying. Like, but Ndai getting an 8. Look at, he's a monster. He's just been beat by the better side. Let's face it. That's what's happened. And I know Rob said he would definitely not get beat with Dudley, but as I say, that is a fucking fantastic fucking couple of wins for Dudley, and have had an amazing start to the season.
No, absolutely, and this is the danger of making those bold, brash statements, isn't it? That there's no way that the game knows you've done this on Twitter 20 years later, but somehow it does know.
Absolutely. Rob's done it with me. Fucking gave it the big yin, and I've done it with him, and each time we've done it, we've beat each other. So I'm definitely not fucking doing it anymore. It's a bit of a jinx, but Rob's going to be there or thereabouts. I'm just going to try these headphones for 2 seconds, mate.
Yeah, no worries. Well, while you swap your heads over, congratulations to Dudley, commiserations to Sloths. We move on to the penultimate game of the evening, and that brings us to Aster versus Foolchester. We'll have a look at the away side, who keep the same formation as last time. The only change sees Michael Owen start in place of Trezeguet. Are you back with us already, Ian? That was quick.
Sorry, mate. I'm just planning about. I can't find these other headphones.
Oh, okay, no worries.
They're just beside me, but I've got that. Shite, 2 seconds, mate. I'm going to just try. I think I'll have to turn my Bluetooth off.
Yeah, no, that's fine, mate. I'll carry on talking about this one while you sort yourself out. So, Foolchester seem to have come across something with this formation that suits their players. Last time out, we saw earlier.
I'm back. Sorry, mate. I'm back.
That's right. I was just saying that since Foolchester have used this formation, they had the very impressive performance that we saw earlier last time out against Leddersford. It was also the formation they used against Gazelles, where they pulled up big numbers as well. When you look at their results, they're another team who don't necessarily score as many as you think that they either do or should, but they're another team that you know are more than capable of doing it?
He just gets the job done, doesn't he? It's a solid side. As I said, he's up there. He's going for that formation. I don't like it, the MLMR, but he clearly gets it to work, and I know people do get it to work. And when it does work, it's really effective. But I get fucking... When I've tried formations like that, it's so inconsistent for me. It's maybe like an individual setting thing or something, but looking at the side, he's got Veron, who is fucking outstanding. Beckham is amazing, and he can be amazing. Giggs, I mean, that's one of the best MC lines, probably the best MC line in the league. Nedved is a hit or a miss. I like him. Probably in that role. Ronaldo, actually asked to swap Ronaldo for Saha and somebody else, I think, and Ryan was having a no-no, and neither was Mac, but aye, they're going to be up there. There's no doubt. He's I don't know what's happened to Baldy and fucking Valharan. Are they off skate? Did they leave? Did they?
I know Valharan definitely did.
He was.
So Valharan's at Sloths now. Baldy, I believe,
the reserves.
Yes, in the Foolchester reserves.
Were they no first teamers at one point? Or was that through injuries or something?
They partnered each other a couple of times last year.
They did. I thought it was imaginable. But Nicky Butt, one of the best in the league, he's fucking outstanding. He's just fucking brilliant, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Let's
move over to Aster. Vrede ineligible against his parent club. So he's had to be replaced. In a slight tactical tweak again for Tato, Zizi Roberts is back after his international appearance. He goes back up front. Thierry Henry in a supporting role. Rossini partners him. Emerson playing in central midfield. And then the dynamic duo of Johnson and Scally in those crucial holding midfield roles. You've muted yourself, Ian.
Sorry, mate, I'm fucking useless. Tato's also another one he's kind of shaped his squad. It was probably the poorest squad in the league when he took over. Anyway, there was a lot of old players, and I think he's again, he's another improved one. I didn't particularly like fucking much his players, just personally. I mean, he will beat me this season. I've no doubt about that. Henry, I'm unsure about. I don't know. Fucking should they chuck Henry up top and up the three? I don't know. I think Foolchester are going to win this, but absolutely, I love Tato, as he knows. He's and Neil Scally's just fucking absolutely outstanding. Aye.
And let's go straight to kick-off in the penultimate game then, sir. And Macca describing this as peasants versus princes. Scott suggesting that Lee Chun-Soo being dropped is criminal. To be fair, since he's been signed, he hasn't actually featured that much. He's usually the sub of the choices. Penalty appeal, but Jerry Connolly says no. Alf going in with a 1-0. Another penalty appeal turned down. And Michael
Aster, in it.
And the yellow card for Hippia. And Foolchester score, but Nedved's goal has been disallowed. So that's 2 penalty appeals and a goal disallowed in that first half. And we get to 0-0 at half time. And if you take legal chances only into consideration, you would suggest that Aster had the better half there, which when you consider the dominance that this formation has had in its previous outings is a little bit of a surprise.
I would say for the text, it was definitely Aster. They did edge it. Obviously, disallowed goals and stuff. It was a horrible game to be involved in. I'll be interested to see the player stats. That's decent, that's solid. No sixes there. That's really nice. Tato must be happy with that.
I think they're working very hard for this at the moment, aren't they?
They really are. You're delighted with that. You would maybe you could roll the dice and maybe take Scally off because he's on the yellow, but maybe bring Chung Soo on, Vaschuk. I know Tato does quite like that. but you could quite easily leave it as it is, because that's a solid fucking performance. It's easy only having 6 touches, 6 passes, 1 shot on goal. That's a good half for Aster, like, against a solid Foolchester side.
Absolutely. A quick look while we wait for confirmation from Team Aster whether there's any changes. Buffon rating well. Yepes also rating well. Owen, I imagine Owen is probably going to get subbed off, because that's the usual Foolchester thing, is to replace the striker at half time. Scott begging Tato to do the right thing. Beckham being quite quiet, which is unlike him in this Foolchester team.
I think they could, they're capable of just exploding second half. I don't know if I think Maka will take off one for Trezeguet. The rest, the rest are capable. Buffon on an 8. Buffon's been fucking solid for him, hasn't he? I mean, I know they go through a wee phase, but he came back, and he's one of the best keepers in the game, isn't he?
Well, both managers have gone leave as is, so we kick off the second half, and Aster goes straight into leave through Rayed, and now we have a game.
Certainly.
Aster looking for a second.
It's Aster. It's all Aster here.
Does Foolchester start to come forward themselves, seeing Veron getting more involved? 69 minutes on the clock now.
It's slow. Does it go slower when you're on comms, Fifey? Does it? I mean, you're looking at. Does it? You know what I mean?
I think it depends on how much you invest yourself into each match, is how slow it goes.
Ken, just in comparison to like watching it on the actual stream.
I don't know, because I
just wondered if you knew. It is a wee bit behind. I think, or it's maybe just my phone or that.
Oh, I see. Anyway. To be fair, a couple of people said it last year, but I hadn't had the issue so far this year. So it'd be interesting to know if that is the case.
No, it's not terrible. Like, you just have to wait a wee bit. Can you say a goal and it comes up a wee couple of seconds after it? Huh? Anyway, Aster are just fucking seeing this out, aren't they?
We are on 85 minutes on the clock. Aster are, as you say, seeing this out. Macca's ready to rage quit. Buffon with a save. Aster with a corner and another corner. Veron has to clear as we head towards injury time now. Do they have the one big chance left? Ronaldo, but Beckham, Nedved, he saves though. Nedved picks up again, but the keeper with another save. Very quick throw-in taken. And
no way! No fucking danger! Oh no! Well,
but Aster come forward again, and are they going to win it now? Foolchester, free kick, Beckham to take, throw in, and there's the full-time whistle.
Fucking hell!
An injury time leveler for Foolchester, and Aster will feel very, very hard done by there.
That was brutal. Like, that's. Again, I was kind of saying about teams playing no well and getting a point. This was probably fucking worse than the Devils fucking Burn one. It was. I know it was only 1-0, but Aster, they were just seeing it out, and I had a wee thing in the back of my mind if Foolchester got a chance. I shouldn't have doubted them. It's fucking a great point after playing fucking pretty shit for their standard.
Well, just to give you the instant reaction on the live chat, Tato's put, "That's broken me, gutted." Macca throughout was saying that's bollocks. Even after the full-time whistle went, he still put, "Nah, bollocks." He's not happy at all. Not happy one bit by that.
I think he's no one, but it's still a point away from home when he was out. He wasn't even in the game. That's the poorest I've probably seen Foolchester, certainly this season anyway. One didn't have many chances. Well, didn't look like they had many chances. Aster on the text, they were dominating. It looked like they were going to see it out, but he snuck a point. It's another point on the board that keeps him in it. He shouldn't be too annoyed. Like,
let's have a look at the home team stats, and as you say, those ratings, you would be happy with those. To be fair, before the game, if you'd offered him a 1-1 draw, he probably would have taken it as well. It's just the way the game's played out. Honsho picking up man of the match for his performance. Scally and Good Johnson doing a good job in that holding midfield role as well. There was a lot of talk about whether Chunsu should be involved. So my eye is instantly drawn to see the performance of Henri. It was all right without being exceptional. So there maybe is a decision there to be had. Ryan has put in the chat worst performance of the season, got away with the one there, unlucky Tato. So there's a lot of frustration and annoyance from both camps at how this result has played out. But really, as you look down that list, there's not a player that's not coming out of that game with credit for Aster.
It's a good performance. I mean, Foolchester are one of the better sides in the league. It's a great win. I don't know if my audio's fucking up.
No, can hear you fine.
Sorry, is it? It's just that he's going to be disappointed because he had it's like he was just seeing the game out. He was comfortable. He had chances. 1-0 was always a fucking horrible fucking lead. Foolchester pretty much done nothing, and it was just getting to fucking end of the match, and it was going to be one chance. I genuinely didn't think Foolchester were going to do it, but as I say, I shouldn't have doubted them. That's a fucking good point. See, come the playoff time, this could be a big point. You know what I mean? Because they were shit.
Well, let's have a look at Foolchester, and Buffon very much the main man for them, keeping them in it at times. You look at Yepes and Nicky Butt again. Look at that with his 9 rating. That's almost becoming a token 9 every time now.
I mean, that's not bad. Like Yepes and Nicky Butt 9s, Giggs 8. They've just got away with it. I mean, the second half they've obviously improved a wee bit. I think Owen was on a 6 at half time. He's up to a 7. Nedved, it's decent in midfield. You would take that. I mean, as I say, they've got away with one. It's an away point, which is always good. Buffon's fucking been outstanding, hasn't he? Otherwise, not man in the match. But Oak said, was it 5 key tackles? 5 tackles, 5 key. The guys, is that actually saves? I don't fucking know. Is that somebody in the chat will know? It's good anyway. Whatever it is, it's good to see. As I say, he's got away with one. Tato shouldn't be too disheartened. It's a good point against one of the best teams in the league. It's a good match.
So I'm just trying to find both the first half incidents here. Buffon clipped the feet of Salih Hamadic in the area, but the referee turned down the penalty. That's debatable, that's for sure. And the other one, Nedved found Ronaldo in the area. He turned on the ball. He was knocked to the floor by Hippier. I think that's less. I think that's less of a penalty. He's probably, a little sort of continental dive there. So I'm thinking that Aster will probably feel more aggrieved now that I've looked at it.
He's had a fair bit of the controversy, hasn't he, with the sending off and stuff, isn't he? Who was it? Didn't he get suspended?
Friday.
That's right. Aye, fucking hell. Nah, a good point for them. I think he'll be disappointed, Tato, because he had the game in the bag. 1-0 was a shitty lead, and fucking Foolchester have came up and got a goal. That's what fucking good teams do. You know what I mean? 90th minute Giggs. But we'll see, once he calms down a bit and waits to the next game, he'll know that's a good fucking point after being shit. You know what I mean? They will be quite happy, him and Ryan Maka.
That brings us to the main event of the evening, the one that you've been really looking forward to all night.
Oh, fuck. Here we go.
You host Bostock Stanley. Talk us through your team first.
Right, I've changed it up. When I look at that now, Fife, I don't like it. Did I not have arrows? I'm sure I had arrows on the centre midfielders, mate, the AM. I'm absolutely positive there should be arrows on the arrows.
I can reload the formation to show you it's not there, but as you can see,
it is what I've done. So I've made a cunt. I've not put arrows into the AMC. It's fine though. I worry about that gap because I would normally have Mendieta pushing forward. It's a bit defensive for me, I think. I think I'm going to get beat here just looking at that. I didn't like the gap. But anyway, it's my best. It's probably my best fucking team, Fife. The Nielsen's maybe questionable. I know I've got Alan Smith and Torres as backup. Jeremy's I got fucking criticised for bringing him in. And Samuel, but Vieira, he's done not really that much for for me, in his whole time with us, this guy's came in and been a fucking revelation.
Hang on. Before you carry on. I just want to check because Scott's potentially calling you out for poor etiquette posting the wrong team on Twitter. So I want to make sure I haven't done it wrong first.
Well, let me see it again. Let's see it. I've not. Didn't see Mendy James. No, that's it. But I think there should be arrows on Mendieta and Danielson. That's the one I posted, like, Scotty. That's it. That's the one I posted, mate. Defo.
It's Carl Mendieta, Danielson.
That's
definitely
like
the team that I've had.
I know this is what I went for, like. But just as I say, I should have had arrows on Danielson up the AMC and Mendieta. But it's cool. It's cool, man. I've just obviously forgot to do it, but.
And in fairness, Scott, I've just brought up his tweet as well, and it is the team that was posted.
I wouldn't do that, Scotty. Fuck's sake. Fucking hell, I'm not past that shite. Seriously.
He's saying he read it as Salas, not Saha.
No, it was the fucking no. I've been getting my very able assistant Alf has been given me a nudge to play Salah, so he might make an appearance. I've got fucking about 20 strikers: Alan Smith, Luis Saha, Shevchenko, Torres, Salas, fucking Vasilyuk. So I think 3 up top is the formation I'm probably best playing. I have been playing it, but I thought I'd mix up in this one. Got Jeremy's back, even Alvera. If you look at Miera and Montevino, Fife, they're 2 ones that have came in. They're just squad players. I mean, he's not that great, is he? He came in and got an 8. He could play centre mid as well. For me, he's just a solid player, nothing fancy. He'll not get much time. This guy is probably better. He's again just a solid fucking player. You could play him centre mid, in my opinion. He's finishing and that'll go up to 15 if you're playing him. Not I mean, sitting on 14s, they'll go up to 15s. He's just decent. Aye.
Should we have a look at your visitors then?
Let's do that. Let's do that, mate. Let's do it.
So this is the team for Haggis away. And I need to put Welsh in as captain. I remember that was the one thing I had to go back and do. So a lot of attention when you look at this Bostock team is firstly on Anelka up top. Is he going to be able to replicate the form of last year? We know that Jacques is very much a Scott player. Cafu and Zé Roberto have the ability to be devastating out wide, and Lee Bowyer at times can be unplayable in centre midfield. When you look at this team, does it concern you?
It totally does, Fife. I mean, Roberto and Cafu, I know they're getting on a bit, but if they're going to perform, wing backs are very important. Mine, I've got Cole and Duff. When you look at these two, they should be beating Cole and Duff, Roberto and Cafu. You know what I mean? They're fucking world class. Boyers on his day is fucking amazing. He's prone to a 6 now and again. Lyth and Welsh are fucking home safe heroes. Sylvester Lassisi, I do worry about it. I think genuinely the only chance I've got here is the keeper having a bit of fucking dodgy one, and Anelka and that not doing it. Jax is class keen. It's a dangerous side here. I actually think I'm going to get beat, but that's maybe just the nerves, pre-match nerves. It's a big game, mate.
They find themselves currently 10th in the league, but with it being that tight, it's still not really a proper reflection, is it? Because when we say they're 10th, then before any balls were kicked this evening, they were 3 points from bottom, but 1 point outside the top 6.
The league's so tight, mate. It's that cluster of teams. It's like, I mean, look at it. It's even Gazelle's on 4 before the games tonight. It's still so tight down there. I know the couple of teams up the top are pulling away a wee bit. That was a bit of a shock for me. That was a really good result for Dudley. As I was saying, that's the one that kind of changed my mind about them. He's went there and fucking done them convincingly. But Scott's got a good side. Diego Tristan's maybe he's got a goal in him. I know he's got a good squad. I worry about it. It's going to be a close game. We've actually got an equal record. I mean, we've won and lost the exact same when we've met. So I'm a bit nervous about this fight. I'll shut up.
You have. I won't ask you to do a prediction. I know a lot of managers don't like to do it for their own games, so I will wish you good luck. I will wish good luck to Scott as we kick off the final game of the evening. looks like Bostock looking for an early goal. Not inside the first 10 minutes in this one, though. Haggis managed to come forward, but Bostock repelled that. It looks to me like Bostock is slightly edging this, and it is Anelka who opens the scoring for the away side. And Zé Roberto causing a problem. It looks very Bostock dominated now. And there's Carlos Jacques making it 2. And there is the half-time whistle. Alf had predicted that Haggis would win 3-1. That will certainly not be the case now. And Bostock absolutely dominating that half.
I did kind of say that. I'm not going to blame Alf for the formation, but
We'll look at the away side first, so that so Scott can have a look at his stats and tell me if he wants to make any changes. But really, your team haven't got playing, have they?
I was just going to say that. I mean, Scott's not had to be that good to fucking beat me. I've been really poor. I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way to Scott. He's been all right. I mean, look at these guys that scored on sevens. I don't think he's had to do an awful lot to fucking beat me. I think I've just been really bad, I think. But he's took advantage of it. It's a solid. He's not got any sixes. He'll be happy. He's won this game. I did kind of say it before. Looking at that formation was fucking horrid. I done it on that fucking lineup 11, and I was kind of, it's just, anyway, it's good, well done, Scott, basically, because that's fucking absolutely shite.
Tato piling the pressure in nice and early with hashtag Alf out.
Look at Jeremy's fucking hell on a 6. That's unheard of.
Well, we wait for any confirmation from Scott, and you have a chance to review your team's stats. Are you considering halftime changes?
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. It's a fucking difficult one. It's a difficult one. I'm going to just fucking swing my testicles. I'm going to take Montervino on for Danielson.
Yep.
I wish you could add fucking arrows. I really do. Right, and I'm also going to bring on Alan Smith for Lewis.
Alan Smith ready to make his long-awaited first appearance of the season.
Let's just get this over with.
Scott going as is. So let's kick off this second half. An early goal for you will certainly make it interesting. Let's see if these changes can do that for you. You certainly already seem to be more offensive in this half, but just failing to convert and really build. And time has flown by. We're already into injury
time. Look at time, man. Fucking hell.
Absolutely flown by.
Fuck me, man. I think it was on a lot of me in that half, but just fucking shite, mate. Well done, Scott, mate.
And there is the full-time whistle as the time did flow. It's certainly a lot more creative by your team in the second half, just failing to convert anything. So there's positives to take from the second half, I'm guessing, is the best way to look at it.
I just think I shouldn't. I changed formation, and it was probably silly. I got a point. I'd won a game and I drew a game. I hadn't lost. I mixed it up. It didn't work. So I'm going to just go back to what I should be doing. That big gap. I like arrows if you're playing MCs. So we'll mix up. I'm not worried. But look at Pleticosa on the 9. He's made a huge fucking difference coming in. But the looks of that could have been fucking a bit worse. Shevchenko on a 6. I think guys have just had a bad day. Jeremy's has played better second half. Yep, Samuel. I just got beat by the better team. It was a formation that done me, I think. But a good win for Scott because he was on a wee bit of a shaky run. And
well, I know you've not got the live chat on, so it's worth letting you know Scott has sent you a good game, Ian, unlucky, and then told Alf that he did warn him about Jacques as well. Zé Roberto getting man of the match. The two men we mentioned at the start, Anelka and Jacques getting the goals. Very good win for Bostock Stanley there. Commiserations to you, Ian.
Aye, well done, Scott. His keeper getting a 9 as well. I think I came back in the second half, but that was it. Absolutely fucking flew in. I don't know. That's the quickest game I've had all night was mine.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it was it was the totally deserved for Scott. I'm back to the drawing board for me. It's a fucking shit result really with other teams winning. But again, it's a couple of wins and you're back in it. It's early doors, so well done everybody. It was aye.
Before we conclude for the evening then, so we got the classifieds. Aster drew 1-1 with Foolchester, Dudley beating Sloths 2-1, Gazelles 1, Dragons 1, Haggis 0, Bostock 2, Leddersford 0, Halls 4, Loco 0, Churchtown 1, and Devils 1, Burn 0. That leaves the table looking like this. Devils return to the summit, now 2 points clear of Burn, who are a further point clear of Dudley. Foolchester on 11, and then Aster and Bostock make up the top 6 on 10. A point behind are Halls and Dragons. Then we've got 3 teams on 8. Loco there on 7. Leddersford 6. Gazelles 5. Still very, very, very tight. Although I mentioned at the start, Ian, when the clubs need to start putting these runs together. I'm not saying it's necessarily now, but you're looking at Gazelles and thinking, right, there's now a 5-point gap when the league's already this tight. They can't really afford to be losing too many more, can they?
No, it's at the stage now for Gazelles. They're only a win behind me in 11th, and I'm 2 points behind Bostock. So I can, at this stage, it's still a bit tight. But if Gazelles were to lose their next game, and I'm just looking at me for an example, if I was to win my next game and he loses, that's when it starts to get a wee bit thingy. And then the teams above maybe win as well. As you were saying, he does need to start picking up points. He's leaking fucking goals.
Well, let's have a look at what Sunday has for us. We've got Aster hosting Leddersford, Bostock hosting Burn, Churchtown, Devils, Dragons, Loco. You're away to Foolchester.
Oh no.
Halls host Dudley, and Sloths versus Gazelles. I do still have a commentary position available for Sunday for anyone who would like to take it. But just as I flick through the player stats, Ian, if there's any final comments from you this evening. First of all, thank you very much for coming on. It's always a pleasure having you on CoComs. Very entertaining joining you on your route home from work as well. Very much enjoyed that. But as I go through these stats for everyone who likes them, and again, thank you, by the way, because I've not had a chance to mention it yet. Thank you, Duggan. I hope the revolving stats thing has worked better for everyone today. Duggan works very hard, so I'm hoping I have not messed that up for him, and it's come through clearly. Thank you for all your hard work there, and thank you, Swanee, for the Super 7, which is it's continuing to prove popular as well. I hope maybe this week I've scored more than the 2 points that I seem to average. But yeah, sorry, Ian, sorry to interrupt. I'll continue to click through these while you give your final thoughts on the evening.
No, it's just that you've thanked everybody, but I'm obviously going to thank you for getting this going, mate. It's fucking you've taken over the reins and you've seamlessly fucking slotted into it, mate. You're fucking superb on comms during the games. It's fucking brilliant. I would seriously be fucking gutted if we weren't doing this. It's fucking keeps you sane, especially during this time. Do you know what I mean? But aye, thank you, mate. Thank you. It's just enjoyable. It's fucking a Thursday, Sunday. I used to play 5-a-sides and that, but I'm getting a bit old for that, so I'll just sit on Mars and do this. You know what
I mean? That's very, very kind of you, but I can't really take any credit. This is all still very much Ryan's hard work. All I do is click continue now. He put all the hard work in for this.
There's still questions over his involvement at they signings and that haven't gone unnoticed. Fucking getting fucking regens and fucking it's definitely noted. Also, there's also a cloud over his head about his titles as well. Maybe some tainted titles there, but we'll not go into it. I don't want to get sued or that. So, but no, thank you very much, Fife. Absolutely enjoyable. Sorry it was a bit fucking mad, fucking walking in on buses and stuff, but thoroughly enjoyed it, mate. Thank you.
No, absolutely not, mate. Always a pleasure having you on, and I'm now very much looking forward to Sunday, as I've seen in the chat that Maka has automatically come on and said that he will do
Oh,
it.
it's
I
fucking,
absolutely love doing these
fucking
shows with Maka, so Sunday is going to be a
it's
lot of
brilliant.
fun.
It's no, because I think I've ever beat him. Would you maybe look at could you look at the record for me, and is that possible? Well, we just want to send in the pack. Send in the packs if you want, just in
I
case
mean,
you
I
show
will
something.
send it in the pack,
That's
obviously,
fine. That's
but
fine, man. That's fine.
let's
Didn't show me.
put that up. There you go.
Oh, look at that, man. Look at that. That's no good viewing. Fucking hell. That is really bad. That's why I'm no looking forward to it at all.
But no, thank you for everyone in the chat. I've enjoyed reading your comments as well. Always great having as many of you on as possible. Until Sunday, when it will be me and Maka, from Ian and from me, from the COVID Central of CM SLHQ. It's a very, very, very good night.
Good night, everybody. Hope you're feeling better, Fife. Cheers.